This is a guided Jin Shin self-help to harmonize the spleen flow. In the graphic on the screen, the flow pattern is pictured in two ways. The one on your left shows the pathways as they flow on both sides of the body, showing the left and right flows intermingling with each other. On the right side of your screen, there's a simpler view. That graphic shows only the left flow with slightly less detail. This recording guides you through self-help for that left flow pattern. To harmonize the right flow, simply reverse the jumper cables as they're presented here. To begin harmonizing the spleen flow, place the right hand on the tailbone, that's the coccyx, and the left hand on the left inside ankle between the ankle bone and the heel. That's SEL 5, like you see in the picture for step 1. If this is uncomfortable, substitute the inside of the left knee, that's SEL 1 for the ankle. The spleen flow is traditionally used for tongue discomfort, acute stomach pain, yawning, body feeling heavy, inner thigh swelling or discomfort, white blood cell count, and the immune system. The spleen flow is also a harmonizer for the attitude of worry, resetting beliefs about things like boundaries and centering and grounding and who I am in this skin that holds the body together. The tailbone, or coccyx, is the foundation for the entire spine, that information processor that nourishes the neurological system. Opening the coccyx allows energy to move through that pelvic floor, that whole hip line, breaking up congestion as the flow moves through the lower pelvis into the torso. Of course, remembering the breath, aware of the power of the breath in that connection between the physical and the non-physical. SEL 5 at the inside ankle helps to let go of old thoughts and habits and find a new direction, strengthening the harmony for regeneration and vitality. Drop the shoulders, relax the belly, aware of being aware. And then we'll move to step 2. While that right hand remains on the tailbone, the left hand moves to the base of the right ribs. Again, you can see that in the picture. That left hand remains here for the rest of the flow on SEL 14. And that's the key to opening the waistline. And the waistline in Jin Shin is the seat of our mind, of our mentality, of our thinking, understanding, and where our relationship to materialistic and worldly desires is expressed. SEL 14 brings sustenance and equilibrium into life. Indeed, SEL 14 helps with all digestion, facilitating true nourishment of both food and thoughts. This spleen flow also calms the nervous system and is especially helpful for chemotherapy projects, lymph flow, yeast infections. And as the spleen pathway itself flows through SEL 14 and on up through the breast, practicing this flow assists in harmonizing breast cancer projects. So now moving to step 3. Move the right hand to the left chest. This is SEL 13, around the third rib. So the right hand comes off the tailbone and moves to the left chest while the left hand stays at the waistline at SEL 14. SEL 13 harmonizes the bust line, that connection to spirit and the emotional body. Its name is creativity with a universal meaning of creation and love, moving through our emotions with grace. SEL 13 helps self-empowerment and is another key to the immune system. It helps clear deep fear and guilt, opening the way to forgiveness, forgiveness of the self and others. Breathing, aware of the power in the hands and the knowing in the pulsing under my hands. This is deeper than the knowing in the rational mind. Increasing my vibration with awareness of my multi-dimensionality. And the fourth step of the spleen flow, move that right hand to the bottom of the right collarbone. This is SEL 22, which helps in creating contentment and adaptability. Encouraging clarity from SEL 14 under the left hand through the breast and into the right hand at the collarbone. Actually, in As Above, So Below, this jumper cable is also addressing issues below the waist. Jin Shin works through wiring in that awesome energy circuitry that's always flowing, whether we think about it or not. So if we're working, we have jumper cables above the waist, we're helping things below the waist, and the opposite is true. This is the final jumper cable of the spleen flow, with the right hand at the center of the chest, where the peak period for the spleen flow ends at noon, and the peak period for the heart flow begins. Look for another self-help recording for the heart flow. One more conscious exhale down the front and up the back. And relax your hands in your lap.